Namaste Yogi, welcome to Doc Holly Health. I'll be your physical therapist today. I'm Dr. Holly. We're going to do a yoga flow that's going to help relieve symptoms from a herniated disc. Listen to your body and only do as much as you can tolerate today. And don't do anything that's going to lead to extra symptoms or anything radiating down your legs. That would be too far for you. Once again, I can't be there with you, so only do what you can do today and take it one day at a time. We're gonna actually start just lying on our belly. To get there, let's kind of roll to our side and then make our way to our belly. You can always put a pillow underneath your belly if this is even a little bit too much. Create a little pillow with your hands and then set your forehead there. So we're gonna start, I'm gonna look up at you, maintain that position. We're gonna start with breathing on your belly. This is getting your back tolerant to a slight bit of extension. The breathing helps to elicit a nervous system response that helps relax you and relieve any tension, any freezing and protection of the body that's unnecessary. So to do that, make sure your exhales are slightly longer than your inhales. Get those nice, smooth exhales, really helping ground you to the present moment so that you can listen to your body. And we're gonna start with the little extension exercises. There's a whole method in physical therapy called the McKenzie method, and its whole methodology is around doing extension to relieve disc pressure. It's known to help kind of milk the disc back into their place between the vertebrae so that they don't cause the compression on your nerves. Whether that whole theory is true or not, I do know that lots of my clients feel better with extension. So again, not everybody's the same, so do what you can do. If you're ready, let's prop up onto your elbows like I am now. Shoulders over your elbows, palms firmly planted on the floor. Pull the palms slightly back towards you, lifting your chest and spreading your collarbones. Now you're at one phase of extension. That's just one step further than lying on your belly, which we call prone. So firmly pushing your hands down, getting those nice inhales and exhales here. Let it feel good and smooth. You can see how this also counteracts that posture that we're in all day when we're texting on our phones, looking at a computer. Just giving your spine the mobility that it needs so we don't lose it. Now, if you're ready for even one step further, push through your hands and lift your chest up off the floor. Hug your elbows in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower your elbows. Create that pillow again and lower to your belly. Now turn your cheeks to face the left. Pull the left foot in towards your glute. Reach the left hand back to grab your left ankle. Tuck your pubic bone into the mat to stabilize your hips. And then really pull that heel in towards your glute, getting a little bit of a quad stretch. Opening the front of our body can help relieve pressure in the back of our body. Everything works together. It's never just one thing. We want to mobilize, we want to strengthen. We want to always look outside the box of just the back. Good, let go of that leg. Let's do the other side. Pull the right foot in, grab it with your right hand, and pull it towards your glute. Really tuck the hips under. This might be a lot of sensation for you. This might be hardly anything. Listen in. Do what you can do today. It's about the sensation, not what it looks like. Good, release that. Bring the palms back under your shoulders and press up into tabletop. Find that spot on your hands and your knees. And then we're gonna do cat-cows as tolerated for you. There might be certain segments of the cat-cow that really don't feel that good right now. And I want you to just do as much of it as you can, as much moving in and out of the poses that feels okay. So we're finding cow belly first. Think of drawing your crown and your tailbone to the sky as you let your belly soften towards the floor. And then for the cat, think of tucking the chin to your chest and rounding your spine one vertebrae at a time, tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, round out as tolerated with a breath in. Exhale, tuck your chin, round in. Contract your core muscles. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's do 2 more. You've got this. Last one. Exhale. Good. Find neutral spine. So it's halfway between the two. Draw the core up and in to elicit a core contraction. And keeping your back flat like so, push your hips back towards your heels, but don't set it all the way down. Just go as long as you can go, keeping a flat back, and then draw yourself back up to tabletop. Pushing your hips back. Draw the shoulders back over your wrist. This is what's called a rock back, and it helps get the body used to hinging. For 2. Good. For 1. Now we are gonna sit all the way back onto your hips, and we're gonna take that one step further. Hands in prayer position. Come up into a tall kneeling. Take one hand to your lower belly, one hand to your sacrum, and just tuck the tailbone under so that everything feels aligned. Your core feels contracted. I want you to keep this the same, keep this equidistant, neutral spine as you sit back onto your heels, and then drive your hips back up. Squeeze your booty a little bit. Squeeze the core the entire time. Draw the hips back. Gather your core in, squeeze your butt. Sit back, and it's really coordinating our glutes and our core to do the work to protect your spine so that your spine doesn't feel that extra compression. 2 more. If this is difficult, just keep working on it. Come back and try it again. Sit back, roll the shoulders out. Sometimes it takes our brain a while to catch up to what we actually want to do. We need that brain-body connection. A lot of times we might think that, we could be thinking about doing it right, but our body's just not going that way. It takes a while to get the nerves to actually activate in the way that we want them to. So if you don't get everything today, it's okay, try again tomorrow. We're gonna do a little stretch. If you have a pillow, you can grab that or just fold your yoga mat over once. Place your left knee on the squishy part. Take your right foot ahead of you so that your knee is over your ankle. Square your hips to the front, draw the core up, and then pick up the left foot and grab the left foot with your left hand. Now we're really getting into stretching the hip flexor muscles, the psoas. Really make sure you're not arching your back here, you're tucking the hips under. And why do we want to do that? Well, your psoas muscle is the hip flexor muscles that cross the hip, and it attaches to your lumbar vertebrae. And that can cause the vertebrae to pull forward and, not feel good on the spine. So if this muscle's tight, we want to loosen it. This is a good one to do. This might be hard to hold your balance. You can hold on to something if you need to. Really think of pushing the right foot down into the floor. Even squeezing your inner thighs together a little bit can help too. Good. Without slingshotting, let go of your left foot, release it, and then take your right foot back, your right knee back to the squishy part, your left foot ahead underneath the left knee. Take your hips and square them to the front of your yoga mat. Draw the core, drop the belly up, and then take the right foot in, grabbing it with the right hand. And then square the body off once again. Sometimes we move. Squeeze the glute. Find your stretch. Making sure you're maintaining the hips tucked under in the inhales and the exhales, flowing in and out the nose. That natural purifying breath. Just a couple more breaths here. Really enjoy the pose. Last breath in, breath out, and slowly release that leg without slingshotting it. And find tabletop again. Onto your hands, onto your knees. From here, pick up the right foot, pivot it to the right side of your mat. Keep the right hand under your right shoulder. Lengthen that left leg out and reach that left arm up to the sky. Modified side plank. Make sure there's no arch in your back, but you're keeping that tailbone long towards the heel. You're engaging all the muscles in your belly. And just breathe. Maybe gaze up at the top arm. Good, and use your core to lift you up. So now you're in kneeling with that left foot to the side. Lift the right arm. Take the left arm gently down the leg and side bend towards the left. Just taking a couple deep breaths here. So good. Again, always keep the core working. If not, then you might take on some work in the low back, which is exactly what we're trying not to do. Good, inhale, lift back up. Now you're going to take your hands down in front of you, crawl them forward under your shoulders, and then we're in this position where we can stretch the inside of our left leg. We face this way so you can see, but you can stay where you are. You're just going to shift your hips back and then shift your hips forward. Stretching that inner left thigh in a gentle way, just rocking back and forth. It allows you to keep a neutral spine, a flat back, and just find a little bit of sensation without overdoing it. Good, when you're ready, pull that left foot back in, come on over to your yoga mat again, and we'll do the other side. So tuck your left toes under, take them out to the left hand stays under the shoulder, straighten out the right leg. I will stay facing behind you just so you can see it from the back too. You're working to stack wrist, shoulder, shoulder, wrist. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze the booty, squeeze your core. Really engage everything if you can. And then take your left eye towards the right fingertips. You always want to be gazing up where you're going, where you're lifting. So since we're going to lift through the right hand, look up and make your way to gate pose. Voila! Now we'll turn to the front again so you can see. Take the right fingertips down, left arm to the sky, side bend to the right. Getting that nice left body opening. Think of barrel rolling your chest to the left, taking your left ribs open, right ribs spiral underneath you. Breathe here. Relax your eyebrows, relax your jaw. Come within your body. Beautiful. Inhale back up, and now we'll take our hands in front of us under our shoulders so we can do those, what we call in physical therapy, adductor rock back. So you're gonna rock back into it and then draw your body back forward. So last couple movements today. Stick with it. I'm so proud of you for just putting in that work today. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Take the right knee back, sit onto your feet, spiral so you're on the mat, kick your legs forward, and then you can either roll to your side again to make your way onto your back, or roll your way back. Take your knees to your chest and gently rock side to side. We'll let our legs fall over to the left together. I want your hips to stay stacked, your knees to stay stacked. Hold the knees down with your left arm and take the right arm open like a book, gentle twist. But we want this twist to be coming from the upper back. So that's why you want to keep your hips stacked, your knees pretty high, around 90 degrees or so that we lock out the low back and really get that mid upper back to open, which is gonna help loosen up those vertebrae in the low back. Not really loosen up, I shouldn't say that, but it's gonna help relieve pressure that just goes to the lumbar vertebrae by creating space in the thoracic spine. Perfect. Roll back to the center. Give yourself a big squeeze, knees to chest. Smush your low back into the earth. And then let your knees fall to the right. Stack your hips. Hold your knees down with your right hand as you gently let that left arm open like a book. Looking back at the left fingertips to release and let go here. Let your breath filter down your spine. Release control, release tension. Let your body feel good. Speak words of encouragement, words of love into yourself. Couple more breaths. And then come onto your back again. Hug your knees to your chest. Give them a squeeze. And then set your feet down. Release the shoulders away from your ears, palms up. Feet about as wide as the yoga mat. Let your knees come together, just relieving tension in the back and that we hold in the spine by finding a little internal rotation. And use this time to take Savasana, take a meditation. Before you do that, subscribe and like this video if it served you. And then really take this time to let your body do the healing. Sometimes what we need is just to be still, to let our mind and our body take a break from always doing, always hustling. You deserve times of stillness, times of nothing. Let yourself receive all that there is in this moment. All the work we just did, let it permeate. Let the seeds we planted come into fruition by giving your body this time to breathe. Thank you for letting me guide you. I'll see you on the mat next time. Namaste.